Yo, welcome to another episode of No Damn Filter. This ain't exactly a filter-free talks. We've got a little interview here with my boy WADE LDN. Introduce him at the end of this. Start with Mr. Anon. You seen him, how much pod you been on now that's actually come out?
None, and you know that.
Nah, there was one that
I'm sure one or two come out.
No, none.
Nah, there's one we got that's gonna come out still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't
Nah,
been-
they're loading.
I'm not out there yet, but I'm coming soon. innit?
Yeah, they're loading, man.
I'm coming
Hey,
soon.
you also got OC on Mr. Anon seat today. Besides me.
The boy Uncle Creeps.
Why is he talking like that, man? A bit more vim.
Uncle
Hey,
Creep.
man.
I don't need Vim, man. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I don't think they can even hear you, to be fair, bro. Black Max Brennan, eventful
Black
weekend.
Max Brandon, man. Eventful week. Magnum sipper. Was Magnum sipping all weekend.
Was you
Yeah, man.
on
Huh? Was what? Sounded snitchy over there still. No, man was just, you get me. Magnum sipping. Black Max Brandon, you feel me? Yeah, man.
And obviously the guest for today, Mr. Wade himself. I'll
Yes.
have you on, bro.
Wade London.
Yes, way
Wade
down.
and love for coming. It was last minute, fam, innit? Gave you the call up last.
Local, calm.
Local one still. Now, obviously, we started this pod for like many different reasons, innit? But one of them, so initially it was football, to be fair. I don't think people even know I was only going to do football. But when we said we were going to do pods other than football, this guy's a clown. When we said we were going to do pods other than football, one thing we said we want to chat to our brethren that are doing things, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? It's not only really about like reaching out to other guests and like, oh, can you get out my man, or you know my man, can you get that? We have brethren that
That you know.
doing successful things, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? So that's what we have this platform for, to big man up, bro. So obviously you've come on here. The main thing you've got going right now is Wade London.
Wait.
Everyone
For
can
starters,
see.
before we go into that, explain to them what happened to your eye. Because when you walked in,
Oh, yeah, 'cause everyone
I
will be
thought you
s-
got smoked, bro. I was
Bro,
worried.
let's
Bring
be-
the mic a bit closer.
Oh, come on.
Explain to them what happened
Nah,
to you.
ball, bro. Sunday league, you know, it's dangerous league, boy.
Nah, G, it's
Dangerous
dangerous, G. It's mad still.
No signing that and just me. Nah, literally, I was playing some bros. He's obviously new to Sunday league, so he jumped in the air. Unaware of his surroundings, and like, I don't know, boy. I don't know what happened, but all I know is he ended up on the floor and he was rolling on the floor. But it was me. He split like that bit on your eye bit there.
What was it, his boots?
No, his head,
What,
bro.
clash
of
He
heads,
busted
innit?
his- Yeah, he headbutt me and it split there. Still, it's calm
English
though.
football, boy. That's English Sunday league. for you,
Grassroots,
fam.
innit?
Nah, it's the come up pictures.
Yeah, no, man. Separately, before we go into the whole clothing thing and that, it was a good weekend still, man. It was a good
Can't
weekend.
stop smiling about it.
Nah, imagine, bro.
That was your dreamland.
Huh? Yeah.
Really dreaming
What
in
if I didn't want to
dreamland.
say that? What if I
He's
didn't
really
want to tell people who I
dreaming in
was?
dreamland.
No, obviously, bro. You know,
Like really dreaming.
Yeah, man was dreaming. Now you see bank holiday weekend, bro. Man, bro. I have in my head, I just gotta go crazy, bro. It's like everyone's out. What did I do? I went out on Friday with Marlon. Fell off on Friday, bro. Fell off. Man, I dreamland the next day, but I got home at like 9 a.m. or some weird shit like that. Fell asleep for like 2 hours, then got woken up. But if you saw the alcohol intake on the Friday, it was brazy still. Woke up, had to go Dreamland now. My boy Junior, shout out Junior. Drove man to Dreamland. But I'm at Dreamland, I'm in his car drinking Magnums, bro. You see, when I'm not driving, I get car sick, innit?
That's
Man
wet.
started feeling sick. I'm drunk. I'm tired. The mixture was brazy, bro. Man's got a plastic bag to my face, bro. Thinking that I'm gonna
Is
throw
that when
up,
Ian
bro.
was
It's like
snapping you?
12 o'clock, bro, in the afternoon, bro.
Is that when Ian was snapping you?
Yeah, bro. Then obviously when we got there, that's how much I was gonna throw up. I couldn't even wait for my man to park. I had to hop out the car. Bro, I'm just falling off, bro. I'm seeing people that I know, like they're like, Corey, like you're right. I'm just like, just leaning, bro. Like, bro, I was fucked, innit? And then the show must go on though, like. And then yeah, man. Let's just say it was a good little event still. And then went out that night as well. Yeah, man. It was good, man. It's all worth it.
Sound
at
like you
the end
didn't
of the-
sleep this weekend,
How
man.
did you get home at 9 though?
Huh?
How did you get home at 9? Where did you sleep?
I just fell off in my guy's yard, didn't it? And my guy's yard, didn't it?
You see
see that? Hey, listen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Try to do me a bit. No, and then
You see Dreamland?
yeah.
What? How does it come about? Does it happen every year kind of thing?
Nah,
or
yeah.
what?
You see, it's called Dreamland Juve, innit? But it's like a cultural thing for like Caribbeans, like
Thought so.
Trinidadians
Thought
and that,
so.
bro. They do this whole Juve thing. It's
What does
usually
that
before.
mean?
Yeah.
Thought so.
Nah, trust
innit?
me, it's not. It's not
No,
for.
thought
Yeah, it's
so,
a Caribbean
still.
thing. Trust
No,
me.
thought so.
Yeah, no, nothing. Don't worry. Yeah, no, it's just a cultural thing, bro. It happens. They do it everywhere, bro. Before. What'd you say?
No.
Before Carnival, innit? Man, just get mashed up, get paint all over. Bro, people usually go Juve, yeah,
Oh,
and
usually
go
happens
straight
before
into Carnival, bro. As in, they don't like.
yeah,
It's usually throughout the night. Then they go straight into Carnival. That's why
Swear down.
the first day of Carnival, you see people with like paint on them and chocolate on them.
Okay.
That's because they went Juve,
makes
innit?
sense.
That's definitely
Yeah, but
Caribbean
I've
thing
been
still.
Juve. I've been Juve in Trinidad, bro. It's crazy, innit? Straight into Carnival. People don't sleep. People don't wash and that. It's a mad thing, innit? You get
What
it?
is it? Where are you from?
Trinidad and
Country-wise?
Tobago and
Okay.
Jamaica, but it's not really a Jamaican culture thing. It's soca, innit? Jamaican culture is all dancehall and that. It's not dancehall and that. It's all soca, innit?
I hear that still.
So yeah, man. But you get me. There's a couple men that come on the pod and that aren't from where they said they were from. People had flags.
Yeah, I
People
try
had
to see
flags
people.
around their
I try to see
faces.
people with, I think it was a Bayesian flag on them.
Yeah, no, Saint Lucian and then
Saint
not
Lucian.
Saint Lucian. They're
Ghanaian
Congolese.
maybe?
No, they're
Yeah.
really actually Congolese.
Oh,
Yeah, people are
the
full on
Congolese
Congolese
culprit.
with Saint Lucian flag, but you get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. I
to
hear
fit
it
in,
still.
innit? They had to fit in.
Yeah,
You don't even
yeah,
look Saint
man.
Lucian.
You gotta do what you gotta do, but no, man, it was lit, and I think people understand how lit the culture is, innit? So, and it was a good replacement for Carnival, innit? Because we ain't had Carnival for like 2 years now. It was good, like.
Do you have to pay for the paint?
Nah, bro, they're just dishing it out, bro. Anyone can get it, bro. I walked in there with white airs. They weren't my main white airs, innit, bro. Walked in with white airs, bro. Left them there, bro.
You're saying Wade, you could have supplied that.
Nah, I'm not really into that still.
Nah,
Heard it was smelly
Is that
over
Mike
there.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. But you
Yeah.
know when you're just drunk and that, and it's just you don't really care, but you're wearing clothes that you probably don't even care that you're gonna mash up and that. You get it, bro. You're just trying to have a good time. Trust me, you would have a good time, innit?
Yeah.
Trust me. But no, let's get
Yeah.
into it, innit? Because obviously, as they can see what you're wearing already, you got your little Wade
Me?
London. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
the fit.
Even Critch is, you know what? I'm a
Chris
waste
is
man.
repping, yeah.
I'm a waste man. I
That's
didn't
not- you're
rep
not my-
today,
you're not
bro.
my boy like
No,
that,
I
that's
I swear down. I'm usually repping in it, but today I wasn't even meant to be on in it. So
It's calm.
To be
Yeah,
fair, that's
man.
how I knew Corey knew you started to see him wearing one of the caps on one of the pods. I was
He
like,
gave,
swear that.
improved them. He's calm.
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
bro.
like,
That's what I'm
swear that.
saying. I've got the promo on deck, bro. I'm saying, bro.
But yeah, now let's get into it, bro. Obviously, if you've not clocked on at this moment in time, you've got your own clothing brand.
They probably insted it already as they're watching.
Wade
Yeah.
LDN.
Yeah.
Let him introduce it.
Go on.
Yeah, so it's Wade LDN, literally WADE LDN. I started when I was 17. I'm 22 now. I originally started in college, doing backpacks, custom backpacks.
How was you making them?
So I was ordering backpacks from, I think like from China, like through AliExpress through something. So I ordered like I think like 40 backpacks or something to start with, and then I was getting spikes, and then like individually hand putting the spikes on. So
So,
like
yeah.
there was like there was like 3 rows, for example, and then like I don't know, like 19 in the column or something. But you have to do like for each one. So it took time. Like it was
No
taking, like,
machine,
full-
no nothing.
No, it's like some hole puncher thing. So you hole
Okay.
punch it and then you put the screw through the back and then screw at the top.
Yeah.
But to do like one bag was taking like 4 or 5 hours.
Swear
But
down.
and that's like if you're like So I wouldn't do one bag. I couldn't do one bag like just in one go. Like
Yeah.
I'd have to do it throughout the day or something
Yeah.
because it's long. So yeah, I was doing that. Started doing that. Then
What made you
start.
with? Well,
Doing
actually, yeah. Now
backpacks.
before, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
well,
say
yeah.
if it's what it was like 5 years ago now, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of just wearing backpacks with spikes and that, bro. See, for me, innit, maybe other people are different. But you see the whole drip thing where you wear the spikes and you wear all the crazy
Yeah, but
extravagant
it
thing.
was
I
so-
wouldn't
it
have thought of that, fam.
I was thinking of something different in it. Like at the time as well, there wasn't much people doing clothing brands our age anyway. So I was like, it was something to do, something different. But also, I didn't want to do the t-shirts and the and the hats and the hoodies. I didn't want to do that. Like originally, I didn't want to do it because it was like anyone can do it. Like, anyone can go buy bare hats and go put a logo on it and then it's out there kind of thing. I wanted to do something different. And then also with the custom backpacks, the fact that I was making it by hand, I had to charge a certain price to do it anyway because obviously it's labor in it. So I was thinking, yeah, if I start like this,
You get your money.
yeah, I know. And also I was thinking that to get it out there, like no one else could say like they started doing backpacks kind of thing, innit? Like it's something different.
Nah, it's mad different still.
Yeah, I started doing that, and then literally from there, I was doing that for a period of time.
Can
But
I ask a
wasn't
question on
making.
that? Quick, just on the
Yeah.
backpacks. 2 questions quick. At the time, how much are you selling them for, backpacks?
3 digits, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. I'm sure I'm probably selling them for like 8 I think.
Or first product,
Yeah,
straight like
probably.
that.
That's mad to start.
Another
with
question.
still.
How
I thought
did
it
you?
was higher, you know?
How did
I
you?
thought it was higher.
Yeah, so do I. I'm trying to think. I can't even remember. I'll be real.
How did you get out? Like, how did you push it? to
Well, I
people?
was like through like family, like my stepdad, he's friends with some people, like for example like Critical and things like that. So that's how I started. Like people was pushing me, like putting it on Snap and that.
Did you have a
got
social
people that
media
have a
page? And that?
following.
No, I just put it on my own Snap and that. I started
Okay.
Insta, like
Yeah.
the way they did it, LDN Insta, but it was like my logo, everything was different back then because obviously I just started. I was just trying out new things and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it didn't pick up how I thought it was gonna pick up. Like for example, when you see people doing a clothing brand, you think, oh, as soon as you put it out there, all your brands are gonna go and buy it and you're gonna sell out. You're gonna go again.
Yeah.
That's how I think it's still.
Yeah, but it's not like you could put something out, and then you're sitting with all the stuff in front of you, thinking, shit, like no one ain't fucking with my team kind of thing. So
Put your
you're
money
thinking,
into
yeah,
it.
and you put your money into it. So I was thinking, cool. So, but obviously, bare my brothers bought the backpacks and that. They were saying they're hard and that, and then my thing was trying to get a better quality backpack because I was getting that backpack for say, for example, like £15 a backpack, and then the spikes and doing it up and that, and then putting badges on it as well. So
Yeah.
the finished product, the bag was probably costing me like after I'd got everything done and where I've gone to and that, probably around like €4 or something. So I was thinking, where can I get a better quality backpack? Because the backpack I was using, I wasn't happy with it, kind of thing yet. So yeah, then I couldn't find a backpack for a period of time. So then I started doing custom hats.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was doing the hats with the different badges on them?
Yeah.
So I was flying those. Those were going. So I was thinking, oh, I might as well just do hats kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Then-
more popular than backpacks, I think.
So yeah, because not everyone wants a backpack as
Yeah,
well. So
exactly.
It's
then,
more affordable for
yeah,
people.
more
as well.
affordable as well. When people see hats, when you got bare different colours, someone doesn't just want one; they want different colours. Then.
Yeah.
So then I was flying them, and then from the hats.
So the hats went easy then.
Yeah,
That was
the
calm.
hats was easy. So I just thought like, cool. I don't ever stop doing the hats kind of thing.
How was
So
you
you're-
getting the
you're-
badge? Was you getting the badges made separately, then put them on yourself? Or
No, I was
getting a
I was
manufacturer to do it?
finding the badges online from like certain certain wholesalers, not wholesalers, but like I think it's called thrift store. It was like basically some shops that only have like a certain amount of badges, but they're all different anyway. So you can't get more than one of that one badge. So all the hats I was shot in, like bare people only had one. There was only one person with that hat.
So it's a bit
Yeah,
unique.
Yeah,
innit?
so it was
Yeah.
unique. So people were liking that just for that anyway.
Mm.
So yeah, those were flying, and then
How did you think of the logo? Have you always had the same logo from when you started?
no, I haven't. So when I came up with that logo was that
Don't
WADE
have people to
LDN
see
that
that.
Chris has got on. That one was what was that? That's my main logo. When people say that, that's the main WADE logo. But then obviously I've started doing the one that's on this one.
Yeah,
And
I think that one's hard
this one
still.
is when I came up with this one, I knew this was like this is the one that's gonna take me far because like it's not like that can't fit on everything. That whole WADE can't fit on everything. When it's a badge like this, you can put this badge onto anything
like
kind
a
of thing.
big W,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I get that still.
And obviously the ADE's in it, so that was like when I did that, I was happy still because like when you're doing a brand, obviously you want your logo to be perfect in it, but you see like for example when you're on Word and you're looking at all the different fonts, something looks banging in a certain amount of fonts in it,
Yeah.
but it's about which one you're going to run with because you have to picture it on all different things. Like if you're going to put onto a car for advertising or whatever you put on, make sure that is seen. So for ages I was looking for something that like I can stick with because it's hard. Like see for example like with other brands like Trapstar for example, when you see that T, that's Trapstar. Do you get?
Yeah.
With a lot of brands, you have to see like they have one logo that is like Nike, the tick and all of that. So I was looking for that for ages. Well, obviously this is my tick basically. Do you get?
It's a trial and error thing,
Yes,
though,
no,
innit?
it's trial
That's
and
what I was
error
saying with when Elliot was on the pod, like you might even think you have it now, you might have this for 2 years and then you might be like,
You
nah,
want
there's
to
a
change up?
better,
No,
it's a
100%.
better thing in it. It's just
even
rebranding.
even the name, like, I wouldn't say you're lucky, but you didn't choose to be called what you're called. innit?
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the whole WADE London thing, it kind of makes sense because as I was saying on the other pod that we done with Elliot, even I want to start my own thing, but I can't think of a name, bro. Did yours take long to think, or was you just like, bro, I'm calling it WADE?
Well, I was sitting down with Mr. Duvets. He does custom bedding and everything.
Okay, I've
And
heard of him still.
He was saying to me like, well, this is when I was thinking of the name. Then I was coming up with bare bullshit names, like bare so many. Then he's like,
Was
oh.
it like money motivated?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
That's what was popping at the time.
Yeah,
innit?
no, but I wasn't thinking anything like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want my name like with that. But I was like thinking of bare names, and then he was like, oh, why not run with your name? Like, I was like, he's like, it's symbols, 4 letters. Like, once people hear it, they're not really gonna forget. I was like, yeah. I started writing it down bare in different ways. Like, because it's your own name, you don't think of it like, how would you write your name in like swirly fonts and that, like all these different things, and then
It depends what your name is. Obviously, we got like Simon. If there's a clothing,
Yeah,
brand
but
called
no,
Simon London or something.
No, but there's-
Mad basic.
there's
Not even on a
people
draw
find-
wrap thing.
If you type Simon,
Yeah.
Clothing,
That'd be a
there'll
plain,
be Simon
plain
Clothing,
white
bro.
tee.
Yeah. Simon, yeah.
Like you'll be surprised. Like when I first started as well, I was looking for that as well. I was looking for like other brands with my name,
Yeah.
and there weren't. There was. I see that one Wade shop in China or something. It was in like some market.
say
It
word.
was like called Wade Saturn. I was like, what? I never heard this in my life. But yeah, like it just took off. So then so obviously after the hats and that, I started going into the clothing. I started doing tees and that. Started doing that's why I started doing the hoodies. I was doing like bare different prints of the like different prints on the hoodie, and they were going well. And then literally like I just kept going.
See, at that stage, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
At that stage, you know, you said at the beginning, you thought you said some of your friends were buying your shit, but
Yeah.
you thought it was just gonna be flying.
Yeah.
At that stage, where like, what was your customer audience? Was it still mainly your friends? Was you reaching out to?
Yeah, still at that point, it was still like anyone that I knew, anyone that I know, like obviously friends and family, like for example, like I'm trying to think, because everyone was still on Snap. We was on Snap them days, so it was like Snap, whatever I could, I was posting up in it. Then obviously my mum and that would post on her WhatsApp story. Then her friends would try to buy for their kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Then like so, I was still getting rid of certain things, but then a lot of things I was doing, I was making to order, so I wasn't losing out that much.
Yeah.
Because for example, like now when
Explain that, please.
like so for example with like diss tracksuit, I have the bottoms and the hoodie already.
Yep.
And then when someone says, oh, I want, for example, a medium, I'll say cool. Like once you've paid, then I'll make it. Do you get it? Like I'll probably can bring it to you tomorrow. But
Yeah.
then with the average, with my shell tracksuits that I put out the other day, for example, I think I had like 120 or something.
Yeah.
I put them out, and then I've got 120 tracksuits in my front room just sitting there. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So until they're gone, I'm not getting my bread back. Do you get it?
Yeah. So with this one, you were
With
saying.
this one, I'm not losing any dough because until you've paid for it, you're not gonna get like I haven't spent any money on it. Do you get it?
Oh, but so you don't actually have the product yet. You'll wait for the
No,
payment.
so for example, once when you paid for it, then I'm gonna go get embroidered and that.
Oh,
So,
but you do have the plain like template tracks.
well, I have a few, but not as many. For example, if you said you wanted 20, I'm gonna go pay for it one after you've paid for it. Do you get it?
Right.
Whereas with certain things that have to get made in bulk, once you've paid for it, you have to wait for people to buy it. Do you get it? If people don't buy it, then you don't get your piece. kind of
Yeah.
thing. So-
How long was it? Because obviously you got quite a good following now on Gram and that.
Yeah.
I know you're on Snap as well. How long did it take you to build up a good following in it? Because for example, for our pod, when we first started, we got like a influx of following because all of our friends were supporting and that. Then after that, we kind of just hit a standstill. Even now, like hit a standstill, like we're trying to get to that 1K.
It's when you start being consistent, because obviously after the jumpers, I started doing the kicks. And obviously, when I was doing the custom
The
kicks,
paint
I was like
slash
one of the
thing
first
and
people to do the custom kicks thing.
Yeah, that was
so
flying
they
stuff.
were like, I remember one time, I think it was like 2018 or 19 December. My site done like 13 bags or something in that 1 month. I was doing so like I was like Air Forces were coming in. I had like 40 Air Forces like just waiting to be customized.
That's why there's no more airs now, man.
No, that was
It's him
time.
that
Blame
took all
Wade,
the
bro.
airs.
Blame Wade.
Like I was flying, like that they were flying, like people.
And
And I was shocked, huh?
how was you customizing them?
Just paint splashing. Like
Literally just that.
Just paint splashing, just different
I
colors.
think one thing
like-
man can say is you're good with your hands still.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
no,
it.
facts.
Hoodies,
Like-
caps, bags.
But that's one thing that I'll say as well. Like every time Saturn was started going a bit slow, I'm thinking, what's the next thing, kind of thing. Like don't stop, because there's bare times I'm thinking, like, oh, this is long, like this, or it's not selling. Like let me do something else. But then something's telling me, like, bro, like do something else. Like, and then every time I said to myself, I'll do something else, then I would like that would start popping off. So I'll be calm.
So
And then I'll tick over for a couple months.
did you start this by yourself?
Yeah.
And right now, you still running it by yourself?
No, one of my brethren is kind of helping me still.
Okay. So on your journey, let's say for example, would you say you're quite a creative person in terms of designs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Right.
Still.
Right. Because I've always thought if you're not as creative, you might find it a bit difficult
That's
to.
art, you took
Yeah,
what
no,
I
you
want
would.
to
No,
do.
a million percent. Because,
Facts,
and I know
bro.
bare people that started clothing brands, like, because they thought it was easy because of what I was doing. And then, like, a couple weeks or a couple months
They
gone
don't really
by,
have a fashion
and
sense.
they like, just thrown out the window kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I'll speak to them and be like, oh, like, what happened? Like, why did you stop kind of thing? They're like, oh, like, it wasn't selling, or it never comes into play, or I couldn't think of an idea or something like that, because maybe they're just not creative, and maybe they just thought, like, short term kind of thing, innit? Like, oh, if I sell this now, I can get a certain amount of bread, and then I can do something else.
Yeah.
Whereas I know I'm tied into this forever kind of thing. Do you
Yeah,
get?
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
started it, I want to finish it. Like, it won't finish kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you think clothing brands is definitely not a short term plan?
No, it's not a short term plan. It's not short. Like, if you want to be successful at it, it's not a short term plan. It depends, but it depends who you are as well. For example, like someone like Kylie Jenner, she could start a clothing brand tomorrow, and all her followers will buy it. She might make a couple M's, and then she might not release nothing ever again.
Yeah.
The clothing brand's done
Yeah.
because
Think
she
at
already
the-
has that name.
I
Do you
think
get?
at the time that you started your thing, or around that time, most man was doing it on a short term thing. Now you
Yeah.
said you don't want to do the tees and the caps. Most man will just print. I said it on Elliot's pod already. The name of the brand will be something to do with jogging or money
Yeah,
motivated.
yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No facts.
Just print on it. And just,
Yeah.
do you get it? If I
But
make,
my thing with
if I make
that,
20 of these and it costs $5 and I flip
That's
it
that
and I
aims
get a
towards
bag,
one audience though.
you get it. But
Yeah.
obviously,
yeah,
you get
and
what I'm
that's
trying to say.
that and that as well.
Yeah.
And also with the clothing brand thing as well, I would say that is your audience is important, but also it's difficult as well. Like who your products speak to, kind of thing. For example, like you might like a certain thing that a brand brings out, and none of your brothers might like it. So all your brothers are not gonna buy it, but you're gonna buy it. But when there's like 100 people, if only 30 people, if it only appeals to a certain audience, then you need to, like, I don't know, like, you have to try and, I'm trying to figure the word, like,
narrow it down to that.
you
audience.
need to narrow it down to
Yeah.
that. So whatever worked good for that audience, you need to make sure that everything else you bring out, kind of
Specific
thing,
to
is
that.
specifically to that audience. Where, yeah, and that's the difficult part.
So I've
Because
seen like, obviously, I'll let you name a few. You've had some big
yeah, people,
artists like wearing your brands and that. Who was it? Was it Mo Stack or
yeah,
your
most that still
thing
bangles,
and
yeah.
all of that? Like, how did that feel? Like, get like
That was good. I
this
felt
is something you made when you were 17, bro, and you got all these big guys wearing.
Has your
brands
name on it
and-
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your
As well as
literal
your
name,
brand, it's
fam.
literally your name.
You get it? Like, what?
No, it's a good feeling. Like it makes me feel like I'm doing like. It makes me feel like I'm on the right track, kind of thing. I'm on the right track because I'll be real. Like most days, like I'm always trying to think like, oh, what more can I do? What more can I do? Like I know, like even till now, I know it's not good enough. Like, and people always say, oh, like I see your brand here and there, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. But to me, it's not good enough. It's not good enough yet. Like, because I know there's way more I can put into it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, see like them times when you're chilling, like you could be out with your brethren or something, and I'm like, I'll be out with my brethren sometimes, and I'm thinking, oh, like I could be coming up with a mad design right now, like I could be
Yeah.
doing something like. And obviously they say like your 20s is the time where, like, if you set yourself up right in your 20s, then you could be good for the rest of your life, innit?
Yeah.
So I know like this is the vital time, like while everyone's onto it, is the time like you need to be pushing, kind of thing.
You see, with like some clothing brands as well, like I don't know if you've ever had this issue. You don't even have to go too deep into it, but you see, like some brands might just, I don't know, where they're from, their area might just wear it, but then the clothing brand's affiliated to that area.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that
has that kind of happened to you?
yeah. I
Because
think
I know you want your thing to be. You don't want it to just be affiliated to one area.
no,
bro.
I don't
Oh.
just want my clothing brand to be affiliated with Grove or just affiliated with one area, for example West. But I want my clothing brand to be like everywhere, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But because of like people's politics and people are scared. Like that's like, with my clothing brand. A lot of people fuck my clothing brand because my designs are hard. Like my clothing brand is actually hard,
Yeah.
but a lot of people are scared to wear it because they feel like if they wear it, they're gonna get targeted or approached by certain people. Whereas that's not the case.
My man,
So
fucks
yeah,
with them.
yeah,
It's
because-
like a
because
blacklisted clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas, but in the same sense, like even this year, like a lot I've realized like it's not so like you can be blacklisted, but my thing, I don't think my thing is blacklisted, but I think I just struggle to reach out to people to give it to them. Whereas a lot of brands are like willing to just go out and give it to all these people. Whereas I was never like that until like a couple of weeks ago. Where now I'm trying to who I can like give it to this person or this person, because obviously the more people that are seen in it, the more like you get.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
that's
see-
what I was
It's
gonna
good you
say.
did. Actually, no, go on. Oz.
Nah, so you see, like, what's my man's name that goes out and he hands out clothes in the back of his van? I think Take Risk, innit?
Oh,
You
yeah.
go to every different type of hood and
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
UK.
yeah. He was
He
doing that
don't-
for
he
a
don't-
while, and
yeah, you know what I
that's why he caught
and you
attention.
don't care.
That
Like, you
take,
don't
he was
care.
talking about the Take Risk and Prosper
Yeah.
brand, innit?
Like he didn't care. That's basically what he's saying. You would actually go out to eat.
Yeah, I would do it,
Yeah.
but like it's
Difficult, innit?
it's difficult. It's difficult at the same time as well, like because it's like with the politics, like you don't know. Like for us now, like being young black boys, like it's hard to be successful, you know. Like
Yeah.
actually, it's hard to be successful, and then especially when you put yourself out there, you're also like, even if you're trying to put yourself out there in a positive way, there's always people that are gonna like be thinking negatively. Do you get like so? Yeah.
No, that's why I say that it's good that someone like Mo Stack is wearing it, because that he's not
Yeah,
from
yeah,
your area,
yeah. Do you get yeah.
and he's quite huge as well. So it kind of.
I think it's perception as well, innit?
Yeah.
Some man just need to know.
That's cool.
Even though it says
yeah,
your
that's
name
calm.
on it,
Yeah,
like,
do you get it?
It's
That-
business.
yeah.
Business is business, bro. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Same way I also
I
wanted
can't
to.
lie, I think, yeah, because even at one point, like, every brand, like, when they start out, they, obviously everyone in the area was wearing it, so it was tied to the area, but then it's just about the branching out thing, innit? Like,
Depends how you push it as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
innit?
yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
For
that.
example, whatever brand it is, like the people might wear it and flex. That's cool. But like, say your actual pages,
Yeah,
socials
exactly.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
If you're still presenting it as business and it's just another customer, you
No,
get it.
very true.
You get what I'm trying to say. If it's more like, yeah, look at these people, they're wearing it, and it's all this to these people, then it's a bit different. But I was also gonna ask on a Bredgen's thing, especially because you see when you're doing it off Snap,
Yeah.
was that more cash sales? Were people
Yeah.
paying more by cash? What I've heard, well, not even heard, like Bear Man, because it's your Bredgen stuff and you're paying in cash. Say how the bags were expensive,
Yeah.
man will try to say, let me get it for 60, or say like, for example, this tracksuit I think was 100, and you have tracksuits even more than that. Man will be like, oh, bro, like me, do I have to pay? Like it's me,
Yeah,
bro.
that's-
You know,
No,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. See,
I was even
yeah,
gonna
no.
say that when you started, have you had your brethren going, oh, bro, run me a hat?
no, man, not really respect. Like,
Yeah.
No,
they're
but I
respecting
can't
your,
lie,
they're respecting
yeah,
your craft.
everyone does like. There's not.
Because especially you're doing a lot of especially the bags. I would feel disrespected. Yeah, you said what took 4 to 5 hours roughly.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
sat down and done a bag.
No, when I was doing them bags, there was no such thing as discount. I can't lie.
You get
There's
me?
no- that's
You
Not
put
even-
too
you
much
might-
work
you might
into
even
that
give it.
one.
You might give discount to men, but you know when it's like, man ain't really respecting.
yeah, no,
what
yeah,
you're doing.
because that's what it is. It comes down to like.
And especially like man don't need to know. But you said it costs you roughly £40 to make the bag initially.
yeah, that's
So you're not
those
gonna
are
go
yeah.
sell it for £50, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's not 5 hours of work for £10.
Yes.
Otherwise you just wouldn't do it.
Do you
You get
get?
what I'm trying to say?
No, but for real, with a high end brand, if it costs them 5 hours to make something, they're gonna charge you like 5 bags. Do you get? They're gonna charge you an
Yeah.
amount that they feel like their time was worth. Do you
Yeah,
get?
of course.
Like, and my thing was even to now, like certain products that I release, another brand will bring out for double or triple, but I still bring it out for the price that I'm willing to pay, that I would be willing to pay. Do you get? Like, I always look at it like I'm not rich, like something that I'm willing to pay. I know my brethren would be willing to pay. Do you get? Like, I'm not gonna put my brand at
You're not gonna overvalue it. Basically,
extortionate price and then just be sitting on everything just because it like the quality's banging or da. Because my thing is, bro, like if you want your shit to be worn, then the people that are gonna pay the price for it, do you get? Like they want to pay a reasonable price. Like you're not like if you see something and it's wavy, if you want it, you want to pay a wavy price. You don't want to pay an extortionate price, or you're not gonna want it. Like if it's something's too expensive, you don't want it anymore.
Probably other way around as well. You don't wanna, if that tracksuit costs £50 or £40. Man, not look at people still buy it, but certain men might look at it sideways like, wow, why does it cost so cheap? You get what I'm trying to say? How much did you get?
Yeah.
I might wash it once and it just.
Yeah, exactly that.
Do you get what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say?
facts.
So yeah, no, 100% pricing's important.
I
go on,
I got 2 questions for you.
Mm.
One, would you say running the business by yourself? From how long do you run it by yourself for?
Well, one of my brethren started helping me the other day with like an investment, for example. So
Oh, okay.
like so I can get more products in.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
in that sense, but not with like any type of not with like designing or those type of things. That's so I still do everything myself.
Okay, so would you say would you say doing that is hard, and also wow, like when you started, you said you were in college when you first started your business.
Yeah.
Throughout, did you like? Was you doing other stuff? Was you working? Was you going to uni?
Oh, yeah, like,
how
even-
was it balancing it? How was it?
Like even like obviously I do my clothing. I would say full time, but I still like I do deliveries on the side to make sure I have bread coming in every like. Do you get?
You gotta have a
Yeah.
source of
Yeah,
income,
because you can't. I couldn't rely on this solely. Like I need to pay my rent and that. Like
When you left college, was you working at the time?
yeah, I was
when
still
you first-
working. Yeah, I've worked since I was like 16.
The whole time
Yeah,
you've
the
been.
whole time.
Okay.
I've always worked still.
Did you go to uni?
No,
Okay.
I've just always worked still. So
Nah, it's good
yeah,
still.
I've
'cause
like always. I've never stopped working still because I always like and also like even though the clothing does makes money as well, but I need to make sure that I can still be putting more money into it. Do you get like
Yeah.
there's another
Yeah,
product
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like if I just read up on all tracksuits, if I'm working, I can read up on the socks as well. Do you get like
Yeah.
so? Yeah.
do you wear your brand a lot, like all the time, or do you try not to do it a lot? Because one thing I was gonna say is you wearing it. Obviously, when we went Portugal in it
Yeah.
for Puma shoots and that. Yeah, Portugal getting thrown out and that. No, I'm joking. But at the airport, like you was wearing your brand, and these times I didn't know about WADE London in it, so I'm thinking, bro, like that brand's kind of hard, innit, bro? Man, I just wearing night trunks. Do you get it, bro? So it's kind of good.
Like even
promo
yeah.
sort of thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like for your
No,
for
even
yourself.
this year though, like I've started to realize like I need to wear my clothing like everywhere I go because like every time you wear something, like you never know who's watching. Do you get like someone is always looking. So I said to myself like stop wearing like Nike and Adidas. These brands are well established. You get like I need to stop putting money in these people's pocket and put it in my own pocket kind of thing. Like so yeah, I try to do that. Like this year, like even I was going through my wardrobe the other day and I was thinking like anything that's not WADE, like trackies and that I'm trying to hold on to, like get rid of it. Like you know you got a favorite trackie that you like to wear or favorite pair or something. I just said yeah, let me.
Right, he said no free promo anymore.
That's the best way to invest in yourself, isn't it?
Going back to what I was saying, how did you find? You see how you said you were working and then doing your club. How did you find balancing that, doing that all by yourself? Because I know,
no,
obviously, if you had a
pressure.
team,
I like pressure still.
Yeah.
I like being able to, for example, like some people hit me up and like, oh, like, because I do a lot of custom outfits as well. Like I do a lot of custom fits, so custom jeans, custom jacket, a custom shirt. Like I do a lot of custom. So someone might be like, oh, it could be Wednesday night, and they're like, oh, I need an outfit for Friday. Like I need an outfit for Friday, and they know if they ask anybody else, it's too late to be done.
Yeah.
But I know I'll get it done. Like man, I only need a certain amount of hours to get something done.
See, when you first started, because I remember you were saying sometimes now you'll wait for someone to pay for something, then you'll say, bum, I could have it for you to buy some more.
Yeah.
When you first started, was that the turnover that fast in terms of when you wanted to get a tracksuit out? For example, you're saying you can get it to someone in a day now. When you first started,
it's for certain things. Only certain things is like that.
Okay.
So only certain things can be done in a quick turnover.
Because
like
even
with like my hoodies on my website, they have to get done in. I say a week, like 7 days, because I ordered the hoodies from Germany.
Okay.
So
when did you make your website?
2018, January the 20th. Yeah, January 2018.
Before, was you just hit like just Snapchatting? People just shout you and say, I want this and that.
Yeah.
And you.
But I didn't. That's when I officially launched the site in January 2018, innit? And then, but even still, I was getting bare cash, and like a lot of people still were saying, oh, like I don't have a bank card or I don't want to pay. Can I pay cash? So I was still doing deliveries.
Okay.
The card you use now, did you have to set up?
Say again?
Did you have to set up like a business card and all that
Oh,
for the website?
well, that's my business. I blacklisted myself in school, innit? So I can't. I was gonna do it like in school, like from year 10. So like from even like till now, I can't get a high street bank account. So
Headache.
boy.
Bear man, I've gone down
I
that
hear
route.
you, man.
Headache.
Yeah, but you see, when
More
you're
than
young and
you believe, I
hungry,
hear you.
when you're young and hungry, you're trying to get me.
Nah,
Saying quick flips.
trust me,
What?
I hear that. No, but I was gonna say, even like obviously, man, have been young and dumb and that, but for you to be, you said 17, and start this clothing brand on a. But
Yeah, what made you?
What inspired you to
Yeah,
actually start it?
Yeah,
Start
but I
clothing
rate
brand.
that.
'Cause
fam,
I
because you're a
needed
businessman
to
from
I needed to do something to. I need to do something to keep me out of trouble and make money. Like, for example, when I finished school, like when I was 16, I think the second day out of school, I got nicked. Like, when you're 16 and you get that 6 weeks holiday.
Yeah.
Like the second day of 6 weeks holiday, I got nicked. That was my 6 weeks holiday finished.
Yeah.
Straight away, my dad was like, "Bro, you're going to get." I got a coaching job in Wood Green. Like that was my. Like everyone had their 6 weeks of like we was at school for time. Like when you're in year 11, you're at school for time. Mine finished immediately, boy. Straight to work, boy. And then I was coaching, doing a coaching job.
But
And then-
football.
Yeah, coaching football. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when I was 16, I started coaching football, and then college. I was like to myself, I need to do something because bare my friends around me was doing things to make dough, but I didn't want to jeopardize my freedom. Do you get it? Like I said to myself, bro, like I can make the same dough doing something else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I said to myself,
You know what? One thing I would say, what I've realized being around people that do whatever, I think a lot of people don't realize if they put the energy and effort that they
Yeah,
put
of
into
course.
doing what they're doing,
into
that might be so lig or whatever, not white, but might not be lig. If they put all that energy and effort into doing something lig,
of course.
like put their minds, like the way that man graft to do these things, if you put all that energy and effort into like making a business that you're passionate about,
you'll go
it
far,
will
bro.
go
But you know
far
what it is? Do you know what it
because
is,
you, it's like when you're doing these things, you never give up. So if you were to put it into a business or whatever,
But you know what it is?
you'll have
With
the
those
same mentality.
things, when you're doing things, and remember a lot of them things is cash in hand and it's cash
Quick,
there
quick,
and then.
quick. Faster
So
money,
you're
yeah,
gonna
I was
see,
gonna
you're
say
seeing
that.
the cash coming in, and that's good in it. That's glory.
Yeah.
When you got a business, sometimes you're waiting.
Man, I'm
Like
patient,
you're not seeing cash for time. Like even now, like there's still, like, bro, I don't know. There's still bare things
Dips,
like
like,
there's bare
when you
like
get-
I'll be
yeah.
real, like there's bare things that when I was younger, like 16, 17, there's bare things that I wish that I can have when I'm older, and thanks to my clothing and that, like man's able to have been had it already and it's done. So like I know it's possible. Like the big things that I want are gonna come. Like I know, but you have to wait in it. And with a lot of people that are doing things that they can't do like in public kind of thing, they like like you get it.
So there's,
So-
there's a pathway, there's a simple pathway there for them to do that, innit? Whereas where you're 17, like you said, there's not like maybe now there's bare man's got examples of clothing brands that's like you said, Trapstar, bare other
exactly,
brands that's
that's
gone up, but there's a clear up. Even it's still not even a clear pathway, but you have examples,
Yeah,
innit?
you have examples.
There's a million of examples that
With-
you know
With
what I'm
that
saying?
though, I feel like with what people don't realize, what people in them situations don't tend to realize is it just takes resilience and a willingness to learn and patience, kind of thing. What would you say if you can narrow it down to 3 things are the most important characteristics for someone that wants to run a clothing line
business.
or a business? Let me say a
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
then.
So like the things you said, like you have to be
If you have to
consistent.
narrow it down to 3, just 3.
Like consistency, hard work, and determination. He said it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
3 isn't it?
Yeah, you
and
can.
determination. Because there's bare times, like I said, there's bare times where I'm thinking like, oh. Well, not necessarily as so much, but there's been bare times where I'm thinking like, oh, like I should like let me just forget about it for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, let me just forget about it. Let me just like do something else or something. But then at the same time, I'm thinking all this time I put into it is time I'm not gonna get back. Like why stop now? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're at the beginning and you've come so far already.
Yeah.
Like
That's even like us. We went through a patch. I forgot when it was. It was like, I'm sure it was like March to May or something like that, where we just weren't dropping. Like we were just, you get it.
chilling,
Kind of
everyone's
went,
doing their own thing.
yeah, it went down a bit, and then everything was at a standstill. But then we just ran it back, and
You
then,
know, it's mad. That's as a group of 20. Imagine.
yeah, exactly, bro. There's
Yeah,
like
but-
20 of
yeah,
us,
but
bro.
even so, like even finding that, like for example, I know. No, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, do you lot get bare messages of people saying like, oh, they've listened to your thing and they
Yeah.
like it's made them like it's like it's helped them. For example, like this, I always get messages where people like, oh, I started a clothing line because of you, or
No,
I've
it
done this
helps
because
a
of
lot,
you.
can't
Yeah,
lie.
like that makes me
Motivates you,
like that
yeah.
motivates me like bare. Like even
Yeah.
people like people in America, Australia have messaged me like, oh, I started a clothing brand. Da 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 da. What do you think of it? Like, oh, I saw your ideas. Da da da.
That's
da.
mad, you know.
Like,
It's
and
mad
but like
stuff.
bare people from abroad always shout me, and even in the country, like across the country though, shout me and like, oh, do you know where I can get this done?
No,
And
facts
that's
are
one
saying
thing
that.
I never tell people like, oh, I can't help you. I always will say, oh, you can do this or this. Like I always
Yeah.
say, like there's a page here that you can get like your teas done here or da 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 da. Whereas I know when I didn't know something and I'd ask someone that I know they know where I can get it done, they'll give me the worst response or like, for example, someone I asked, I was like, oh, I saw they was getting screen printed done on their hoodie. And it wasn't in London, but like he's from my ends as well. He got on the train somewhere to go and get it done. And I was like, oh, where'd you get that done? And he's like, oh, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I had to find out for myself. So really and truly, you should look and find out for yourself. I was like, cool, safe. So like that was like an eye opener to me. Like cool, like sometimes you're not gonna get the answer you want.
People
so
fear competition, innit? You get what I'm trying to say.
But-
And really and truly,
But
if
my
you
thing is
believe in
free
your
game,
thing,
bro.
yeah.
Like-
If you believe in your own thing, run a man a supplier. They might
my
not
thing,
make.
my thing is if it's a supplier, he's gonna have you. Like you're not gonna be the only person going to him. There's gonna be hundreds of people going to him. So
Already,
if I tell him where I got my things done from, he's not gonna go and get my things reprinted. He's gonna go get his own thing done, and he's gonna put more bread in the supplier's pocket. He might even get me a discount because I've bossed him. Do you get it? Like, but people don't look at things like that.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say even from when we went Portugal again, like even just seeing the clothing man thing, it kind of motivated me to wanna do it as well. So it probably motivates even just like the thought of just wearing your own brand, bro. I think it's lit. And I was gonna say like, have you ever like been out and just seen a randomer in your clothing brand at all?
I can't lie. I don't think I have. You know, like a random person.
I've seen someone in Wade.
Like, no, like even this bank holiday weekend, bare people have sent me snaps of people wearing my shit in like festivals and that. And I'm like, yeah, like that's lit. But me personally, I think only one time I've seen somebody.
Is it?
Only one time, I can't lie. Like I
it
always see
regularly,
other
isn't it?
brands. Like I always see other brands. Like oh, like that's that brand. Like I know someone wouldn't even spot it. Like I see someone they might just go into the train and the train door closed, but I still saw it. Like, but,
Split second.
no,
yeah, no,
for
I
real.
hear that still, cause yeah, it felt good. Like as I said when we first started, it was all our brethren. But when we start seeing like you see like random people, strangers, and like commenting on our thing.
No,
and
even you lot's podcast, I see like some Insta pages reposting it that, or I see someone put it on Snap. I'm like, that's plainly hard. Like because more time I know someone that you lot can't see. Do you get it?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, that's hard. Like it's little things like that. You know, like it's in the right direction. Do you get it? Like you know
Nah.
you're doing something right.
What's the biggest thing that's helped push your brand in terms of like, for example, we might have like a interview of someone huge,
Yeah,
and that might help us
boost.
get our followers.
I'll be real
What's
with
the
you.
biggest thing that's boosted your brand?
I think it
Because
was
obviously we're talking about
from
most wearing
outside
yours.
looking in. I think it was the airs
Yeah, it was theirs. It was
because
theirs.
that
It
went
was
wild
theirs.
still.
It was the
What
airs.
inspired that though? How
What
did they?
made me do it?
Yeah.
Because I needed something. I like something else wasn't selling, and with airs, I always used to love wearing airs, but I hated that it was creasing.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
thinking,
no,
oh,
no.
if I put paint where it creases,
Mm.
it's gonna hide the creases. And then I started doing it on my airs. I done it on a pair of my airs, and someone was like, "Oh, that's hard," and I didn't think it was hard at the time.
Yeah.
Then I did it on another pair, and then I was like, "Yeah, nah, this is gonna work still." Because then people were like, "Oh, I've got a pair of airs," because that's what people were asking me. If I bring airs to you, can you do my airs? I was like, "Yeah," and then I started getting the airs myself.
That's what I mean about creativity though. It takes creativity.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say.
but- wouldn't have
bare
thought of
people,
that still.
if
That's
you
what I'm
ask other
saying.
people why they started doing customs, like, oh, because I wanted to. Like, it wasn't because there was no reason behind it. I
Yeah.
did it for the sole purpose
And
of
slightly you're
I wanted the
thinking
Air
ahead of
Forces to
time.
last longer. Like some of my brethren, had airs, the same airs for over 2 years, bro.
Say word.
Over 2 years, bro. I've seen
Mine
them
don't
wear the
last
airs.
2 months, fam.
I've seen the
Fucking
airs
hell.
I've seen them same airs for time, and because the way the splashes are, it looks
You get
normal.
them
You get like
dirty. How do
you
you
can't
get
really
it?
see the creases and that. So
Yeah.
Is it trial and error?
no, it's just just a flick of the wrist.
No, I was gonna say that you could buy like someone could ask for something and you can fuck it up like.
No,
with the,
no,
like,
no, the splashes. I can't, not really.
No,
You
splash,
can-
'cause
you
can
can go.
do
You
it.
can do it.
The only
No,
way
The
you can
thing
fuck-
is, there's
no
no
way-
way.
the
There's
flick
no
of
way
the
to
wrist.
fuck it up.
No,
like that.
there's a way to fuck it up because when you're flicking it, obviously you're not flicking it from far. You're flicking it from like here. You're flicking it. Like there's bare times I've gone to do it on a shoe and the paintbrush has gone into the shoe. Now you can see the paintbrush mark because everything else is splashes.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference, like, and then and also the way I do it is a certain way because I've even like made my little brother or someone else try it, like do a shoe and don't look like the way I did it.
Yeah.
I can tell you that's not. I didn't do that one. So I
So
know.
what? It wasn't always in your yard though. Like, was you
What?
always doing this in your yard, like all these things, or
No,
did you
no.
have
This,
like your own
so
studio?
when I
or something?
started doing the backpacks and that, I was doing it at my yard when I was living in like Brentford sides, and then, when was it? When I was doing the shoes and it was taken off, my dad has a studio in it, like a recording studio in
Okay.
Edmonton. Then there's upstairs, but he built a room for me to do the shoes in it.
Yeah, that's
So he
hard.
built me like my little space to. So yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, because he was telling me like, bro, like you're not stopping this, like this is, and that's like my
That's
dad was
good that he
my dad
pushed you for that.
was like my number one support still. Like anything I was doing, he was on it, like making sure that I was on it, so I don't stop, kind of thing. So
On
that
the
also,
on the sorry, go
yeah,
on.
no, that was yeah.
On the flip side, what would you say you had distractions along the way, just far, in terms of whether that's friends, maybe girlfriends or whatever?
To my clothing brand.
Have you allowed it? Do you think there's
Nah,
ever been a time?
I didn't
you-
allow it. I didn't allow it.
Okay.
I didn't allow
Or
it.
anything that's come close that you've had to overcome, maybe whether that's like people or just barriers, maybe that maybe some people would have allowed to stop them that you've had to overcome. Like I can
Yeah,
imagine.
there's been times where like someone's done what I've done. Like I can't like, I'm mad petty. Like if someone does what I'm doing, I don't want to do it anymore. So like there's been bare times
You want
I've
to be
gone,
different, like
yeah,
unique
yeah.
innit?
So
Yeah, I hear
there's
that
bare
still.
times I've done something and then someone else has copied it and I don't want to do it no more. Like with most things, so like it's just having that. Like my mum always used to saying to me like when people are copying you, it means you're doing something right, innit? So
Yeah.
I was always like I just had to kind of just bite it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And it
even
seems-
even a sock thing, fam. I fuck
Yeah,
with that.
even
Like,
see
that
that
wasn't a thing before.
all different things. Like that's I always look for something different. Like my thing was like when I was doing this, when I thought of the socks, obviously because it wasn't this logo before, it was the WADE, innit?
Yeah,
And even
yeah.
them, I think them ones are even more popular because these ones, they didn't sell how the other WADE
Yeah.
ones sold. So I'm gonna my next ones I'm gonna do the WADE again.
Yeah.
But like I said, everything's trial and error, innit? So
Now I like how you explain the whole logo thing because it's true what you're saying. Just WADE ain't gonna fit on everything.
it won't fit on
innit?
everything.
But the
you
fact
get?
that you got like a W now.
Yeah,
with the AD in.
yeah.
It's
You don't want
smart
people to
still.
get bored of just seeing
Do you get
just
exactly that,
WADE in
yeah.
it. The same
And
way
my
every
thing as
brand.
well, like I was getting carried away, so I was thinking, oh, like if I don't do WADE, then let me put a picture of a girl or like something another design. But then, when I was like researching on big designers and that, like they always had their logo, like even if their logo was in a different font or a different color, it always said their logo. Do you get? So my thing was like, make sure you always have your logo. Like, don't change it. Don't
As your base
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
like don't change it. Like make sure your logo is always visible because it's the main thing.
Would
innit?
you say that you're someone? 'Cause obviously, I don't want to speak for everyone, but someone like me, I kind of just see when I dress and that. I'm just always wearing black, dark clothing,
same.
and
Yeah, same.
obviously you gave out they won't see, but you
Socks.
handed out some socks and that. Obviously, man got my pair and that. But there was pink
Rare,
socks
you was
in
keeping
there.
it in your
Bro, I had to
pocket for a
grip that
sec.
ASAP, bro. It was a
Make
free
sure you
football out
get
there. It was a
Yeah,
free
bro.
football behind the camera, bro.
Make sure you only
Obviously
put
now,
one,
but-
bro.
Man, seeing pink socks and different color socks and that, and
Yeah.
someone like me in my head, I always just think like, could I just rock these mad extravagant colors?
But you
like,
could though.
I don't know, man.
Like,
I
even
feel
the
like
other- even
it
the other
suits
day I
some
done-
people and some people. I'd like to in it, but maybe it's just me.
It's probably you could like even the other day like I don't know like for me I don't know like I just never thought to wear a white tracksuit before. Like would you wear a white tracksuit?
No,
No, I
Like,
wouldn't
would you
still.
wear a white
That's
tracksuit?
crazy.
No,
Or just an all white tracksuit?
I wouldn't.
Like
still.
before I was thinking, bro, no, like as soon as I sit down, it's gonna get dirty. Like, but then I made a white tracksuit the other day, and kind of I
It
felt
looked
like
hard.
Jesus, boy. Like, I was
You felt
thinking
like
like,
Jesus.
dread, like, nah, I can't lie, I was proper guy still like. I was like, nah, it's like other people need to put a white tracksuit on.
But
Still,
again,
it's a
something
different feeling. I'm
innit?
Trial
telling
and
you.
error, innit?
I'm telling you, it's a different feeling. I'm telling you.
You know what? Just from this conversation, I can tell one thing that I can definitely recognize is kind of your initiative to make things happen. When things have slowed down, you always, I can see that you've had so many different like kind of ideas. that
Yeah.
you've
Being
come
proactive,
out.
innit?
Yeah,
Instead of reactive. So.
Exactly, because I think a lot of people, and which is probably the reason why most people don't make it far, is because once something slows down or doesn't go the way they've planned for it to go, or they'll allow it to stop them, kind
Yeah.
of thing. But obviously, on your journey, from what
Yeah,
you've
I
explained, you haven't allowed that to stop you. Get me? When something's gone slow,
And
you
my-
thought of
and-
something
Yeah,
new.
and also I think as well, like each individual person has their own mission in it. Like
Mm.
if you stop your mission, someone else isn't going to continue that for you. Like
Mhm.
even if you want them to, or they like love you dearly, like they're not going to be able to do it how you did it.
Mm.
Do you get like? And that's what I've always realized. Like if I stop, even if I was to die, for example, if I was to die tomorrow or something, like maybe my family or like the people around me might try get my clothing out there still,
Yeah,
maybe.
keep it going,
but
yeah.
It won't be how I was gonna do it. Do you get like
Mm.
none of the designs are gonna be what I was gonna do.
Mm.
Like it will never be the same. So, like my thing is like when it's you. Like for example, when people have a team, it's different, innit? But I know if I don't do something, then nothing's
It's
gonna
on
happen.
you,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know like I can't stop kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking
Nice.
of team, I was gonna say, obviously, a lot of things you do yourself, but some stuff like a website, I
Yeah,
assume, graphic designer we spoke about earlier.
yeah, my graphic
even-
design is like the best in the game still.
Yeah, you need to plug me in
How-
that one still.
Huh?
How long you been? Did you see?
He's
the stuff-
been helping me from the beginning still.
Yeah. See,
His name's
perfect stuff like
Mischief,
that.
work by Mischief. I can't lie, but like
Okay.
any like for example, and it's things like that are key. Like a lot, also other brands like their design if someone else in my position, they might do the graphics as well.
Mm.
But I ain't got no concentration. I can't do things like that. So
Mm.
The reason I
like,
said that is, obviously, I'm doing something similar as well, and my main problem that I've found is, like, I'm having to rely on other people
Yeah.
to do a lot of other things, which is normal, and you can't do 10 things at once, and I don't even know if it's a good thing to be able to, innit? So how have you found that? You know, like someone said they have something done for you this Friday, then it's taken 2 weeks. You know, there's just
No,
setbacks.
that's every day.
The
Like even
setbacks you can't
them things you can't
plan
control.
for. Yeah, you can't plan for.
They stress you out. Like even like I've been waiting for my windbreakers for. They meant to come to me at the end of July. We're coming to the end. We're coming to August. To September. We're coming to September now.
Mm.
Like, and it's like when there's nothing you can. When there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Innit? You just have to like just wait. Like you can message them as million times as you want, but you still got to wait.
Yeah,
Innit?
but
Like,
then same time, like you said, was about to die.
I'm not sure.
Oh, by the way, just in case the camera dies, for everyone that don't know, if you lot watch regularly, you'll know by now. Full audio will be on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts. But yeah, until it dies, we're still here. But yeah, like Creeps was saying earlier, you're proactive and not reactive, innit? So even in them situations, instead of waiting for these
Waiting
windbreakers,
around,
you'll
yeah.
come out with
yeah.
another tracksuit or something, innit?
No,
Like
yeah,
for the
come-
season.
come-
come out with something. You have to.
Cause
come-
clothes are seasonal as well, innit? You get what I'm trying to say.
Any
One
idea
thing-
when
one
them
thing I will
windbreakers
say
are
though-
coming?
Say again.
Any idea when them windbreakers are coming?
Yeah,
You
no,
said
no,
you're
they
involved.
got sent. I think they got sent on Tuesday, and they come from Pakistan, and they say 15 days. So they should
No.
like this week, like coming the following this week. There, to get
I was gonna ask. I don't know if you wanted to say
Yeah.
if you do or not, but do you kind of make your stuff rare? Like for example, you'll release like would you release hats, but not a lot of hats to make people kind of want it? Like, bow, sold out now. When's the
with
when's the hat?
my hats, when like even when you see my post on Snap, you see like when there'll be like 40 hats.
They're
and,
different
like,
colours.
all of them are different colours.
Yeah.
Like or 30 of them are different colours.
Are they
and then,
all like
like, the
samples?
other 10 are like because there's like 2 of certain ones.
Are they all samples, or how do you get
No,
that?
they're
'Cause-
all one of one.
oh, 101, yeah.
Like yeah. So
As in, like, do they get? You know, for example, most manufacturers might say, alright, you want that cap, you might have to make 100 or 50.
no, so for example, like I'll grab my hats. So I'll order my hats. I'll order like for example, like 50 or 60 hats or something,
Mm.
and then I take them somewhere, get them embroidered, and then I sell them.
Okay.
So literally like, yeah, like they'll get delivered to my house, then I take them somewhere, take them back, then I'll take the video. That's how I do it.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's not
Okay.
like I'm not giving somebody like a bulk order. I'm literally doing it like I'm sitting in the shop waiting. But obviously when it's like that many hats, I have to come back the next day because each hat is like 15 minutes on the machine.
Yeah.
It's gonna take all day.
No, but it's good how kind of proactive you actually are, because I've seen, bro, you've pulled up at my yard, open up the boot with bare shit, like, bro, when I'm trying to buy one hat, this guy's like, what, 2 hats, yeah? Like, just trying to force it in, man. Like, you get it? But no, it's good, innit? In the same way that you'll even be willing to just fly around to people and just say, look, man's just doing hats, innit? If you want one, link me, innit? So,
Do you think people have got bored? I don't know if that question makes sense. You know, because you've been doing it for so long. Do you think there's people out there, as in your brethren, innit, that are like, oh yeah, we just come up with another team. It's cool.
But
you know that buzz people get when, for example, I think there's a lot of people bored of the podcast. I can feel it, innit, my
I
brethren.
think they're bored of it.
Not bored, but like, oh, it's
That
just
means they're not
another
really
episode.
fucking with you then. I think that's
But
what
you get
I
what I'm trying to say though. Just another episode this week. Like, alright, this
some
is an
people
interview.
that we know, there's some people that I know that watch every single episode that comes out, but there's some people that I know that was doing that and they don't anymore. You get it?
That might be. That might not. I'm not saying
But I
it's
wouldn't
their
say-
fault. That might be
yeah.
our fault. It might be like.
But I don't think it's your fault either. I think it's just
I think that's normal, man.
that's just
That's
normal. Like,
normal.
for example, like when you're watching a series, sometimes the first 4 episodes might have slapped, and you wanted to watch more, but maybe you just didn't get around to doing it. Like,
Yeah.
just,
Nah, not
that's
necessarily our fault, but I'm not saying it's necessarily their fault, innit? But same with the clothing. Someone might. I don't know. People might. Do you think people are just? Some people are just used to it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because you've been doing it for 5 years, bro.
Yeah, no. But with the the clothing, I've like got the certain, like for example before when it was like all like individual pieces and things like that, it wasn't like how like the last 2 years is when I started like patterning with my manufacturers where I'm getting my things in bulk and things like that. So it's like the last 2 years is where it's really begun for me, I would say, in the sense of like doing the big moves that I wanted to do. So like for example like the socks and or that might be 3 years, but like the trackies, all those things. So I don't think they're bored of it yet, especially because how much variety I bring out as well.
That's
like,
what
One thing I say about
that's what
you
I'll
is
say,
colours, innit?
Like the variety,
Colours,
like
though.
that's my thing is I don't intend for people to like I don't want them to get bored. That's also why I bring out so many different colours.
Yeah.
Because your mind's working better. Like when I bring out something and you're seeing like 6 different colours, you're thinking this is mad. Like I've literally got something at home that will go with everything. Like, do you get?
Yeah, I
Would
clocked
you-
out the caps though, because there was just on the table on the floor. I see like 20 different color caps. That's a rare something for everyone, innit? But
would you say that like collaborations help? Because for example, a lot of people say to us, yeah, you should do collabs, and even when we do interviews with people, it gets us good recognition. Because for example, we had some
I haven't
footballers
done a
on,
collab yet.
but I was gonna say that even there was one guy. Where did I find him? I forgot where I found him, bro. But he does crep in it.
Yeah.
Then I see him shouting out your thing. What's his name?
Style
with
M. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
bro.
my, that's, yeah,
and I was
that's
gonna
my,
say
that's my,
his thing's kind of booming as well, and the whole crepes thing. He
Yeah.
does the whole crepes thing. Like you two collabing together.
Yeah, no,
that
it makes
obviously
a
helps,
lot.
innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're calling that a collab, then that's the person that I would collab with. You get it? And that worked in a way that I didn't think it would. For example, like he's just selling designer items and like, for example, Jordans, Yeezys, all them kicks and that. And then he started posting my things in there, and people want it the way they wanted the Jordans and all those other things. So that and that's obviously been this year, and that's
big love still.
yeah, that's like that was a shocker for me because I didn't think it would have the effect that it did, kind of thing. Like for example, I might post something on my snap, and no one might pop up to it. If it was rare, it might be rare, but like so that might happen, and he'll post on his, and he'll be like, oh, like link me now, like 5 people want this, and this.
That's what I was trying
So-
to get out in terms of that new audience.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly, yeah,
Sometimes
exactly
it's out
that.
of control. Some men are just naturally oh yeah, Waden's got a. If you say who's your brethren that's got a clothing brand, like you might come to man first because
Yeah.
you've been doing it for long, innit? Whereas they might feel the need to maybe support someone that
That's
just started.
yeah.
You get what
But
I'm
my
trying to
thing
say?
is, there's always someone that hasn't seen it. Do you get?
Yeah.
So that's why I always say to people as well, like so when I say like I don't ask my brothers anymore like to post my stuff. If you post it, you post it, kind of thing. But if I was them, I would just post it like every now and then. Do you get it? Because you never know who's gonna see it. Like someone different. Like bare times when if you go to see who watched your story, there might be someone that never really watches your story and they might have watched that one time. Do you get it? That could be the one sell that you needed or something. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, I know.
Have you ever made something and then thought, nah, this is shit, like a hoodie or a hat or something, and just thought, nah, this is
Yeah,
kinda
like
really
for
still.
example, like I put this logo on a hat, and I was thought this is whack. But then someone else put messaged me today. One of my other brothers messaged me today and was like, "Oh, put that logo on the hat. It's gonna be hard."
That's
And
mad, it's
but
what
I
other people
I've
do, yeah.
already done. Even though it wasn't a hat that I would have worn myself. Nor was it how I wanted it. So for example, like it was flat, whereas my logos on the hat are 3D.
Yeah.
Do you get? So
Okay.
it wasn't how I would want it, but I didn't like it. But I will try it again. Like it's trial and error, innit? Like I'll try it again and see if I like it. But
That's the other thing. A lot of brands, the people that make the clothes might not actually wear it or might not even like it because
No.
they're not designing it for themselves. Obviously, yours is different because as you can see, you're wearing your own clothes.
that's what I'm trying to say. And
Head to
also,
toe
I
actively,
look,
innit?
but with for example, Instagram, you can put a poll in on what people like and what people don't like. Like if you want to, I put that up sometimes, and I'll put like should I drop this? 90% of people might say yes. Then I might put on the next slide, if I drop this tomorrow, who's copying? Press yes or no.
That's market
Brother,
research, though.
people all pressing yes.
Mm.
The next day comes,
No,
it's dropped. I put drop date 9 o'clock. Bro, my phone, I think my connection is broken or something. No, it's not loading this. Bro.
No one's trying to,
That's one thing saying, another thing doing, innit? Yeah, I'm trying to say. Even us with the pod, because there's so much of us, we knew that obviously at least half of our brethren were supporting it. But after a while, it's just you're by yourself, innit? You got.
But you know, when you love something, when you, for example, you all turn up here because you like it. You get like when you like what you do, you don't really get tired of it, innit? Whether or not people fuck with it or not.
Yeah,
you don't get tired of it, you get?
I think that's I think that's like a reason why people say do something you're passionate about. Because if you're doing something you're not passionate about and it's not really going to plan, you're gonna feel like, why am I doing this? Let me not do it, kind of thing. Whereas if you genuinely enjoy what you're doing and you feel like it's your purpose, kind of thing.
That's like